how you find your teachers telling you, hey, you've not said anything, put up your hand. Number 3, like that. So we are taught all these things in school. We are also taught to make the classroom a bit inclusive so that no one feels out of place, so that everyone actually enjoys the lesson. Okay, and as a teacher, we are taught to how to adapt when things don't work out. For example, when you start a lesson, we are taught to look at your audience and actually understand, or in this particular scenario, it's the classroom, and you're supposed to know how many children are paying attention and how many are not paying attention. So for the teachers in the house, have I lied? Are there any teachers in the house? Yes? Put up your hand. There are only 3. Have I lied? Don't they teach us all these things? Teachers, I'm asking, do they teach us all these things that when we are studying how to become teachers? All right. So, and now, those particular skills that I learned to be a teacher, how have I adopted these things? So I'm going to tell you about my background. I've told you I'm a teacher by profession. I graduated a long time ago, and I stopped teaching also some time back. And I've done a lot of jobs, and all because of these skills that I've told you, that I'm taught at school. I was able to do sales in the bank because, of course, of my communication skills that I was taught in school. So from that, I became a community organizer. To continue in my background, I'm a WordPress meetup lead in Ginger. I don't know if they've explained what a meetup is. WordPress is an international community, so we have different chapters in different cities. In Uganda, we have Masaka, which has organized this lovely Wordcamp. We have Mukono, we have Kampala, we were there a while back. We have Gulu, we have Lira, and of course Ginger and others. Oh, we have Mbarara, which is the newest. So of all those communities, there are people who actually run those communities, yeah? So I became one of the co-organizers of the Ginger meetup, and that is the Ginger chapter. So from being a teacher, I'm now doing that actively. I'm not only a community organizer in WordPress, I'm also a community organizer in Google developer groups. That's GDG, and the chapter I lead is GDG Cloud Ginger. When I have more time, I could explain more about GDGs, but today we are here for WordPress. So because of those skills that I learned as a teacher, yeah, this is what I have gotten from those skills. You might not be in school to be a teacher. You might be in school to be anything else. But these are the skills that are vital to your cause. These are the skills that teaching actually emphasizes. When we go to study education, they emphasize these particular skills. But you can get these particular skills from different courses. And you can still be a very ardent community organizer or builder. So those skills, for example, communication. I've used communication to share ideas clearly with other people, like I'm doing right now. I hope you're understanding me. I've used my teaching skills to facilitate and bring people into conversation like that. So I use those skills that I learned as a teacher, the skills that you saw on the previous page, that are helping me do all these things. So I'm using them to mentor other people. I'm using them to plan and organize events. And I'm using those skills to be more empathetic in the tech circles. For example, when you come to, for example, a meetup in Ginger, and you have never been there and you are confused of how do I start about doing WordPress, how do I go about this, I will literally sit you down, tell you about WordPress, understand your situation first, so that everything can, move on smoothly for you from becoming a person who doesn't know anything to learning how to actually build a community. Okay. So I'm here to tell teachers, my fellow teachers, that being a teacher does not stop there, okay? Being a teacher prepared me for the following. It prepared me to be a community leader. Okay, as a teacher, I get very confused when I'm talking to my audience and people talk. Okay. Sorry. Anyway, and because of the skills I learned as a teacher, I'm able to carry out trainings and facilitation like I'm doing today, and also public speaking. And these are, I'm actually mentioning the skills that you need to join community, and when you join community with these particular skills, or when you join community and you learn these particular skills, you're going to be a very good community leader. So we have project coordination, for example, like today, someone gave up their time, someone gave up their resources, which is time, and someone gave up all their energy to make sure that we have this event, we have the speakers today, we have the food, we have this beautiful lighting. So literally, that's what I'm talking about. Content creation, as my background, teacher of literature and English, I tell very good stories in my head anyway. So those who have read them will be the ones to tell me the truth. But yeah. Okay, so we're going to the next one. Okay, so as I'm concluding, I'm just saying the following to my fellow teachers again. Even if you've not yet stepped into community work, you're already doing it every other day. Every day you wake up and start teaching. Every day you go into the classroom. The classroom is your community. The classroom is where you're going to impact someone. And that is what is important in community today. I talk to fellow teachers. You know, the Waganda have a saying that says, I remembered it, but now it has run away. It's on these lines. When they are talking to the rich man's kid, the poor man's kid needs to open their ears and also listen. So as I'm saying, I'm talking to fellow teachers. I don't really mean teachers, because all of us are teachers in our own way. We are parents. How many parents are in the house? Yeah, so as a parent, every day you are teaching your kid to do something, not so? Every day you are shaping the next generation of Uganda. So all of you, these skills are very important to you, and you can use these skills that you have learned in school, these skills that you use every other day. As a teacher, you guide and mentor your students on a daily, and that is what we do in community. For example, if I wake up today, we had a project in Ginger where we're going to different schools and teaching them how to build websites. So every day I wake up and go teach. Every day I wake up and tell someone about something. I'm mentoring them to become something in future. So that knowledge that you have, that skill that you have that can teach someone something, it's very needed in the community of WordPress. Okay. The other thing is communicating with different audiences. If you're able, for example, to connect with babies, you're able to connect with teenagers, you're able to connect with university people, those are the skills that we are looking for, so that everyone who comes to join the WordPress community, they feel included, they feel loved, they feel seen. That is what people really appreciate in community. Okay, so then resolving conflict, I'm sure this is very straightforward. Yeah, and then helping others to grow. That is also very straightforward. So I'll continue. Okay, so again, I'm talking to my fellow teachers. Your classroom can grow beyond its walls. When I chose education, I thought I was choosing one career. One of the saddest things I met as a teacher when I just gotten out of university was the low pay. I don't know about what my other fellow teachers are thinking, but me, that was my problem. So when I got out, studying education is very fun. It's very good. My fellow teachers can testify. When you're studying education, you feel like you're going to be the next big thing. You feel like Museveni is standing on the podium, talking to the masses and telling them, "We're Kolachino." You feel so powerful. So, when I got out after all that, one thing that I met was the poor pay. So I was very, very sad. I felt very, constrained. But one thing I've seen about studying education is with the skills that I got from studying education, I can choose to become anything I want. That is what I'm here to tell everyone. You can choose to become anything you want. As long as you have these particular skills, the skills of communication, leadership, mentorship, like if you're able to make everyone feel included in a community, you are good to go. So these are skills that teachers learn, yeah? But these are skills that you can also teach yourself. They are very easy to learn. This is information that is Google and everywhere. So these are skills that are very important. Career, that's one thing I've gotten out of studying, just being a teacher. But because I realized, okay, one thing I'm sure about is if you realize that these are the skills that have been impacted on me in maybe my business administration course, then I can be whatever I want using these particular skills. So what I got from my education course, I used that to get myself into sales. When I got those skills also of sales, I used that to get into marketing. So I just kept on, becoming better and better. As long as you better yourself every other day, then everything is going to be better. Okay, to the students, where did they? Anyway, I'm sure there are other students here who are university students, and I'm telling you this, do not underestimate the profession of teaching. Fellow teachers, let's first clap for that by now. Thank you so much. But it's not only about teaching. What I mean is never underestimate any career you're in. Even a doctor can become a community organizer. Even a doctor can become a teacher. You can become anything. You realize your skills can take you to the next level. Okay, and now finally, before I close, fellow teachers, please do not limit your skills to the classroom. We need your skills. You have these skills. We know you have these skills. Every teacher has these skills. So please come and join us in the WordPress community. You will be very good community members. You'll inspire others, and you will be very welcome. Thank you. Are there any questions?
Hi everyone. I'm Masaka. I'm the public relations officer at EPSET. And my question is, you said you are a literature teacher. That means you are a creative. What happens when a writer meets a writer's block? And how can you unlock yourself from the writer's block? Then you have said managing conflict. How can you fight the conflict within yourself? Remember, you can go for mentorship, career guidance, but sometimes you are battling with yourself. How do you overcome that?
Okay. All right. Is there any? Okay, let me first answer her questions. The first question is a writer's block. In case anyone doesn't understand what a writer's block is, as a writer, you get to a time whereby you cannot put any word on paper. You have the words in your head, probably, and you're writing a story. For example, you wake up in the morning and you want to write a story about Wordcamp Masaka. But when you get there, you have the words in your head, but you actually cannot write a word. Now, that's what we call a writer's block. It has been categorized as a psychological problem. It has been diagnosed as a mental problem. But I think I should speak from experience, because there is no one who can tell you exactly how to deal with your personal writer's block, because it is very personal to you. We all have different issues that cause us to get a writer's block. And all of them, all these issues, they're all mental. There is nothing physical, it's all mental. So I'll tell you about my writer's block. A few years back, I was writing a novel, and this novel was about vampires. I like a lot of fantasy things, so I was writing about vampires and witches and all those things, because that is what I had consumed as a person. So I felt I could write that. So, but as I was writing that, then I read an article that was like, African writers are trying to adopt the West, and we are doing things of the West. We have forgotten our heritage, and now we are copying them, and we are passing that on as African literature. So just reading that statement, to me, it affected me. It felt like I didn't have identity as an African. I felt like I was, in Uganda we say what is that in English? English now, we're talking to Uganda. Yes, so I felt like I didn't have my own identity. So just because of that statement, I could not write. I failed to continue writing. Actually, until today, that novel has never been finished. Even if my publisher wanted to publish it in 3 months, 5 years later, I've still failed to write that, to finish that book. But when I went to another session, and this was at FemWrite, when we went to FemWrite, they were talking about writer's block as well. And they told us the first thing you have to do is let go of everything that you're thinking about. Let go of what you think is blocking you. Sometimes you might not know what is blocking you, but just go to your mind and, what do you call it? You clear your mind. Some people call it meditation. I would call it get in that zone of yours where you don't want, where you're not thinking about anything. Then somehow you figure out exactly what the problem is. And when you figure out what the problem is, your writer's block will disappear. What I know is, the next time I went to write, of course I went to write about a different topic, because I knew that was blocking my writing, that was blocking my creativity. So I started writing about different topics. I think the next thing I wrote about was the Bush War. I wrote around 5 short stories about the Bush War. They're all fictional, but then I was using people's real experiences, but in a fictitious way, about the Bush War. And I wrote them so easily. In 2 weeks they're done, and I'm like, writer's block is over. But I do not think I'll ever be able to finish the other book. That one I can't lie to you. And the truth is, it is very real. You can fail to write at all. Then the next thing she asked about was, how do you overcome conflict with yourself, right? Now that one is hard, because as an individual we all have conflicts, we all have beliefs, and sometimes our beliefs are challenged. And whenever your beliefs are challenged, that is when you now have this internal conflict. I'm understanding you properly. For example, if I believe that a lady should never put on trousers, and then there is someone who I actually respect so much. Let me say, I grew up respecting Namilembe Vitamazin when I was a child. So imagine if I believe that Namilembe Vitamazin, like if I grew up believing that a woman is not supposed to put on trousers, and Namilembe Vitamazin puts on trousers, but she's the one I admire. So now I'm having this internal conflict. Now what should I do? Should I emulate her? Should I not emulate her? Is that what you mean? Or I've gone on a different or whatever?
You're still on the right track. It's fine.
Okay, so I feel that is now personal. That is the personal conflict. One thing I'll tell you is, everyone has their values. You have your core values. I'll tell you one thing, that when you go against your core values, something is going to, she said the right word, something is going to snap. Yeah? And sometimes when that something snaps, that's when you actually find yourself. That's when you actually find the real person that you're supposed to become. And other times, you go into a depression. Yeah? So I'm not a psychologist, although I studied psychology for a very long time, 3 years, but I'm not a psychologist who can give you a solution. But for me, what I do when I'm faced with that, yeah, I take a step back. And I read a lot. So I go and read about this scenario. I read about who else has gone through this. Yeah? For example, I'll talk about a personal scenario again. Some of us as mothers, we have gone through what we call postpartum depression. So when I feel like I did, but when I was there, I first took a step back and asked myself, is this really, because I know I was having a conflict with myself. Postpartum depression, mostly you're thinking, I don't want my child, I want my child. So for me, that was a very hard thing to go through. What helped me through was I actually took a step back and I read a lot about other people who are going through the same thing. And for me, that helped me a lot. Because when you know what other people went through, because no situation actually lasts forever. Someone somewhere in the world has found a solution to what you're going through right now. So reading a lot about that situation and looking at their solutions could really help you. Any other?
Thank you, John. Hello. Hello. Let's give Joe an audience. Yes. For me, my question is, how important is education? Whether as a student or as a teacher, how important is education?
Oh, wow. I didn't expect that one. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to answer you from the perspective of a teacher. We are taught psychology at university. So we are taught that a human being is born blank. Yeah? We are shaped, our character, our morals, our core beliefs are shaped by the community. What I experience versus my genetics. So what I experience is what shapes my beliefs. If, for example, I've been told that this is water, as a child, the little baby there, she will believe this is water. Even if I put you in here, she will believe this is water. And she will take that water, no matter what. So because that is the education she has received. How important is education is everything on this earth is learned. Yeah. Everything, all of us are learning something every day. When you look out there and you see a color, that is a color that you learned. You were taught that color is blue. You believe it until today. When you are taught that as a 2-year-old, that is education. You believe until today. Whatever you're taught in school, for example, if I was taught that a teacher, a teacher dances whenever she sees students, that is what I would believe. So it's according to, is it good education or what people might consider bad education? But everything in this world that we are experiencing is education. So definitely no one and nobody is going to do anything or become anything without education. If you do not learn something, whether through your own means, which is research, that's also education. If you're researching something, that is education. If you're reading something, that is education. If you're in church, listening to the pastor, that is education. Education is everywhere, and it is very important because it shapes who you are as a person. If you refuse, for example, to read the Bible, you will never emulate anything from the Bible because you do not have that knowledge. You don't have that education. You don't have anything there, so you're lacking in that particular area. That is how important education is. If like people just misunderstand education as going to school. Yes, going to our curriculum, the Ugandan curriculum, which I was taught in, we are taught to teach our students specific things, by the way, because we are given specific subjects. So we are taught to teach them those specific things in class, and then we are taught to teach them the rest of the world out of class as their teachers. Because tomorrow, as me, a person who studied from Maryhill, if today, he went to Maryhill High School, so if today I behave badly or I do something that is really out of the world, everyone will be like, Maryhill product. You understand? So we have just turned the whole thing around and called what we call formal education and called it education. But it is just formal education. But we have informal education, we have parental education, we have everyday education. Even we were taught even in teaching that where you raise your child from also matters what the child is going to be. If you raise your child, maybe let me say, what you means taking you to a slum, that is what the child is going to be, because that is what they are learning. Unless you take them out and teach them something else, or they read something else, or someone teaches them something else, we cannot be what we do not know in this world. If you don't know something, you're not that. If you don't know, like you just can't be anything if you don't know that thing. So these people that we see, for example, I look at Museveni and I think he's a very smart man. But Museveni has taught himself or has been taught by something in his personality or something that he learned from all his own experiences to be the man he is, the man that a lot of people admire. So sometimes education is not from other people. Even you yourself, you can teach yourself. Even your experience as education. So education is good.
Thank you so much. Yes, we need to have a word from the sponsors.
So let's have the Infinity Computers and Communications Company come and say hi to us. We are honored to have sponsors. Some of the sponsors attend our event today.
All right. I think it's a good evening. Evening, everyone. My name is Rashid Nigate. A simple introduction, I'm a software engineer and also a WordPress developer. I work with Infinity Computers and Communications Company, that is I3C. So first of all, I would like to thank the organizers of this event, that is especially the guy I've been working with at Moses. Yes, Moses. I'll take a few minutes to talk about Infinity Computers. So Infinity Computers, when you hear a word Infinity Computers, some people think that we are selling computers or we are making computers. That is not true. So take it like Infinity Computer is more of a software version of a computer or services for cloud or computing services. So Infinity Computers is a company that deals in IT, but also telecom infrastructure, I can say that, whereby there are two sections. One is for IT, another one is for telecom infrastructure. So Infinity Computers is also found in Kamaucha. If you know Kamaucha and you know the British Commission, it's just next to the British Commission. That's where we are located. So regarding the sponsorship, we are really happy to sponsor Wordcamp Masaka. Just talking about a few services we provide: Infinity Computers manages and also what we can call hosts the .ug registry. So the .ug registry, it's in simple terms, I can call it a domain name system, which some people call DNS, but here we are talking about the CCTLD, which means the country code top level domain. So Infinity Computers hosts the registry or manages the registry. For example, if you see any domain that has or which ends with a .ug, domains like .sc, .ug, .go, .ug. So we manage all those domains within the registry which we host. So for that case, that's one of the services we provide under the IT section, that is registry, which hosts the .ug registry or the .ug domain name system. So other services we provide domain DNS, which is also the domain name management. But this is also a service that is related to domain name system. But then there are other extra services like what we call the domain block. So the domain block, this is another system used to protect your brand. For example, we have a domain which has an extension of a .sc, .ug, but also you want to protect another extension which can be .sc, .ug, so you'll be able to block those other extensions from other people registering them under a similar name which you own or which you have gazetted for your main domain name. So other services, we provide cloud services. So the IT side of the company, we are cloud first services. We deal with, we are cloud partners. We are partners with Google, Microsoft, Zoho, and also WordPress. So for this case, I will talk about WordPress, which is the WP Cloud. I hope some of you guys have used WP Cloud, which is provided by Automatic. So we are partners with Automatic as well. And we are always happy to be in presence of WordPress developers so that we interact with them, we share new ideas and also experience plus the new technology as well. Yes. So that is it from Infinity Computers. Because of time, I think I'll just invite a few questions. Just answer those, then we proceed. Sorry. So this is the Infinity Computers. So the trick here, you will notice that if you see our domain here, it's i3c.co.ug. So the word is Infinity Computers, but when you're choosing a domain, some of the things you have to think about is your domain, can someone recall your domain offhand? Because even ourselves would have registered the whole name of Infinity Computers, .co.ug, but that is really too much for a client to remember. So it's just a matter of having an I, which represents infinity. Then this free stands for free C's, which is Infinity Computers and Communications Company. Just simple as that. So when you're choosing a domain name, always consider since these domain names are human readable addresses, always consider they have to be simple and easy to recall. Yes, that is Infinity. Help me click here. If you go to Infinity and you click on Web Store, so you'll find all our services there. Can remove the cursor. So this is we call it Web Store. This is a store for all our services. You can scroll down slowly. You notice that this is where you purchase your domain name from. You can continue down. Yes, you notice that this is a section for Zoho, since we are also Zoho partners. You're seeing that. So we also provide, besides cloud hosting, we also provide shared hosting, VPS, and also cloud hosting. Cloud hosting covers many things as well. Yes, I think that is it. If there are any questions, I'll be glad to answer.
So, thank you so much. My question to the audience would be, you talked about the 3 C's. What are they? Praises, they are. 3 C's?
Okay, the first question is this was the first question.
This is, we talk about computers, communication, and what else?
What?
Is computers, communication. I'm forgetting.
What's the second password?
Computer and communications company. Computer and communications company.
3 C's.
No. You are right, but you're missing some.
Oh, okay.
You just say the 3.
3 C's.
Infinity Computers and Communications Company.
Yes, that
Okay, so as they're bringing the gift, you hand over the gift to her. So people were attentive during the session. Yes, so as the gifts are coming in,
I think I also have a gift for you guys. If you have a project that you have a domain name, so you come at our table there, we shall give you a domain name for free for 1 year. So if you have a project and you think it's worth it, you can domain. Yes. All right.
okay, so thank you so much for the first. Next going. So yes, so Andrew Sanyu is a WordPress developer, IT specialist, and digital skills facilitator with passion for community, empowerment, and active open source advocate, and he serves as the speaker and a volunteer at multiple Wordcamp events and contributes to WordPress. So he'll be sharing with us. The last session I had with him was talking about the new changes in the new WordPress version. But today he's here to talk about security. So let's give him our ears to understand a few things on the WordPress security and how. Yes. So we had one speaker, we had one sponsor. Again, we are going to have another sponsor coming in. So let's be attentive. After a sponsor, we give out a gift. So yeah, so let's be attentive as they're giving their presentations. Yes, so after Andrew, we'll be having another presentation, and the person presenting is from Shareability, and who's also our sponsor. So after the Shareability talking to us, she will come in and also give our presentation. Yes, so Andrew is getting as I
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. The previous speaker has spoken about teaching. At least, if at all, out of the session that I'm going to have, I only need to teach only 10, and those 10 will teach one, and that one will teach another one. So I just want it to be a chain series. Yeah? Once it's a chain series, out of that, we'll see eventually that the 10 that I've taught, I've also ensured that they have taught one, and that one has also taught one. So we won't lose the session or the context that I'm really going to be speaking into. So the other thing is I welcome you all to Wordcamp Masaka. Yeah, on my end, it's quite an interesting thing that I'm seeing new faces, because literally there are those that I've engaged with, and there are those that I haven't engaged with, because this is my second time coming to Masaka, Wordcamp Masaka. This is my second time, and let me just say that the WordPress community is an amazing community. On my end, one speaker showed what roles do you play. On my end, I think I play the 5 roles that he showed. I do the development side, the design side, the contributor side, volunteer side, and also educator side. So I try to ensure that I put myself at each point and play a role that benefits the community. That's why, yeah, you see me here in Masaka, and we're having such a session that I organized that you are going to be listening into. Yeah, so as they prepare, I'm the one who created this, so I can dive in as the presentation will find us. Okay. For a start, thank you. They have already introduced me. My name is Andrew Sanya from Kampala, and today my session is going to focus on what I call the 3 Ps. The 3 Ps. All right. So I'm focusing on the 3 Ps. These 3 Ps I'll speak into plugin, I'll speak of password, and then I'll speak of permissions. All right, for the social media, those that want to reach me out, these are my social handles. Yeah, this is what I'm going to be speaking into. So, to brief you a bit, why I chose this is that discovering that most of us have difficulties in setting up password. That's the one thing. Then, in my discovery, I found out that 56% in terms of WordPress sites that we have, one, they're always vulnerable because of these plugins. Since they play a functionality over the site. So this is where they usually have to bypass, and then you have a backdoor or a hack of your website. So the other side that I issued out is permissions. At times we differently give out permissions to not the right people. But for the passwords, when we dive into the password, some of us have difficulties in setting up the password. One, the default password of any setup is always the admin, or 123, all generic thing. You can have the password as a password. You can have an admin as a password. Those that always buy routers, you can do my testimonies. Then we set passwords as our birth dates or our favorite names or names of which it's not presentable. So at least when we are ensuring that we are emphasizing security, since everything that they have spoken about, at least when we try to enhance this as in the security part, set your password to at least have 12 characters. And I gave an example of a password that you can set, whereby I showed an example of a strong password. Then always prevent using that default password that comes along. So for the plugin checklist, here what I can only tell you that what you should emphasize or what you can evaluate on your site is on the side of the plugins based on these four. One is ensure that it's updated to the latest in the range of 6 months and below, not above that. Then try to see how many active users does it have. Is it thousands and above? Is it, because actually in this building we have some of our own Ugandan developers that have developed plugins that are being used on WordPress. And when we go to the rating side, try to see how many rate does it have. And the last one, is it compatible with the version of WordPress? Because initially what happens is every version of WordPress that is being rolled out or released, these plugins are tested. Are they compatible with the release that was initially released? So they have to test it out, so you have to ensure that it stays in line with it. Then last and foremost is, who can we give permission? In WordPress we have, these ones are quite the default ones, but there are multiple permissions. So for the admin, entirely has each control of the entire what? The entire site. Then if at all you have contributors, they have less to play, and they're supposed to just create pages. What you can only do, give them access to be contributors to only write those pages. Then you review them later on. Then for the author, yeah, you can give them the author side, so the side of the plugins, when the rest of the contributors and the editors have played their role, so that the authors can ensurely review and then publish this post. So the last one is the subscriber. The subscriber is just a normal user. Their role is just to view whatever thing that is being created. So they can't edit anything. So this, what I would emphasize is one, update everything based on weekly or monthly, but don't usually go beyond 2 months. It's too much, 2 months. So I just update within a week or monthly. Then for access, yeah, always check in first. Whom are you giving access? How far do they have experience with what you're giving them? Because when you give someone who is just starting an administration role, eventually what you'll identify they will be always adding plugins of which even those plugins are just doing a functionality of some plugin that is already there. Then last and foremost, on the side of the passwords, use two-factor authentication, and then use password managers. There are different password managers that you can initially use, like Bitwarden, yeah, I feel like. Then the last one, avoid using those weak passwords. Initially the default ones, always change them to your standard password that you. So, if at all I have any questions, throw them on the stage. Any questions?
About security? No question about security. You talked about the two-factor authentication.
Yes, sir.
The case in point that you have a password that is under two-factor authentication, and the phone number, and a case in point like that the email was for an organization, and that person leaves the organization with his number put under the two-factor authentication. And you know Google stuff, you need to follow up here and there. How soonest and how is it possible? Can it be put right, to avoid that kind of delay and all these kind of things in Google Access? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for the question. So, regarding your question, I'll attempt it in two ways. The first one is for the factor authentication. You have privilege to have what we call recovery numbers. These recovery numbers are initially generated first, but they have a rate or a period at which they are supposed to end. And each number that you use, once you input it, that one deliberately is gone. Then the other thing is you can try to use the authenticator apps. Initially, when you have access to the authenticator app, you only have, when you reach that section, it will only ask for that 6-digit number. You open your authenticator, try to copy the numbers that are being projected, because that code that is being generated elapses in, I think, less than 30 seconds. It has to recycle again. So you copy that one, put it in, and then you'll be in your site. Hopefully I answered your question. Then the other one that I may say is, on that email, you can add a recovery email to it. It gives you access to ensure that you can access that position.
If the recovery email is also gone.
For that reason?
You're getting the point?
Yes.
The recovery email is also gone, the recovery authentication number is also gone. You get the point?
Yeah, I get your point. So that means the process is going to prolong. You'll have to go to Google, submit some document to ensure that what you're trying to request for or access to belongs to you. Initially, that's what you have to do. Yeah. Another question over here.
Yes. What immediate action can I take in case my phone has been hacked?
In case come again?
In case my phone has been hacked.
In case your phone has been hacked?
Yes.
Okay. what I can say is your immediate action that you can take. One, you have a few minutes. If at all you have another device that has your email, let me assume your email, you can reinforce a factor restoration over your phone. So what happens is your phone refactors to the company's setting if at all it is still in that point of once you push on this other device that you're having. Okay? Then the other one is if at all you have like bank accounts, ensure that you inform the authorities so that they make blockage, because the person might have password of your phone, but eventually if at all you report as the first step, and then the first method that I said you do it, it will be a blockage of whatever the person who is operating you wants to afford. Okay. Thank you everyone, and thank you Wordcamp Masaka.
Yes, okay, thank you so much. Let me give my pause to introduce the next.
Thank you very much, our audience, for being very patient and being an amazing audience. So we have another sponsor in the house, and I would love us to hear from Shareability Uganda Limited. They are doing great work out there, so it would really be a privilege for us to hear from them.
Where are the gifts?
We have the gifts.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm very glad to be on this stage of Wordcamp Masaka on behalf of Shareability Uganda. At Shareability, we have our slogan. Our slogan is "Have to give." Have to give. That's where we if you have any resources, if you have any knowledge, you can be able to share with others. At the end of the day, you get empowered, because if you don't share what you have. Let me just put this screen here. Then I can run. I'm going to just take only 2 minutes, because I know we are time back, and I want us to be able to progress to the next speaker. Yeah, so I'm going to invite us. My internet is not. I'm going to invite us to check out our website. We have a number of services. The first one is to do with e-learning. That's where we started. From COVID, we have a digital library, and we have been pushing out resources out there. Then after that, we entered into web services, because we are supporting many schools, and these schools wanted websites. So we started web services. Then we have software. We have around 400 schools that are using our report card software. And we have software for nursery, primary, secondary levels. Then we realized that we fall under EdTech sector. EdTech is where we look at education and technology. And under this, we've been able to do a number of projects. In first term alone, if you go to our social media, you will see we've been going to various schools. We have gone to 500 schools, 500 with a partnership we are having with another organization called Edify, and we go there to train the teachers and also create clubs for learners so that they can innovate with technology. So we're having a very serious, even right now as I speak, we have workshops happening in different parts of the country, education technology. And there we support schools, make sure that they can be able to use ICT in teaching in learning and school administration. Now, from that, as I conclude, we have been able to build a community, because wherever I go to these schools, we find teachers of mathematics, English, chemistry. So we have formed a new community called EdTech Teachers Network. And that network includes teachers of biology, of chemistry, of ICT, of all subjects using technology. So you'll find ETN, or EdTech Teachers Network, a community coming from the trainings Shabit is doing. Then, basically, that's what we have. So I want to thank you very much for because of time. I'm not going to, I had a lot I prepared to share, but I'm going to be inviting one of our trainers. So if you want to get more about what we are doing, you can find it on our social media platforms. Yeah, so as I open the presentation for one of our trainers, I know she's also going to be brief. She's going to be talking about clubs, and it is coming from the experiences that we have been having in schools as we form clubs in the schools. Yeah, thank you very much. Maybe as I open the presentation, if you have any interview, thank you.
Yes, so at this juncture, we'll be having two sessions going on. We'll be having someone called it the AI room, and again we're having a session there. Ahmud Muhammad Ali is the one who will be leading that session. He's a Nigerian student at Equator University of Science, Equator University of Science and Technology, a creative entrepreneur and a digital operations specialist. He's the CEO of Digital Web Group, a creative company focused on graphic design. He's also a team lead of National Council of Exhibition. So yeah, so if you love to know more about his session, AI in business, education and content creation. AI in business, education and content creation. So we'll be in the next room here. The session is 20 minutes. Then we come back and have Andrew as our final speaker. Then we have our panel. So yes, regarding the session that is going to be here, Nora is the teacher by profession, EduTech trainer and a passionate WordPress advocate based in Kampala. And her topic is about running successful WordPress student clubs at school. That's the session which is going to be here, and in the other room we'll have AI in businesses. So we can move in. If you feel interested in the session there, we can go there. Then those staying here, we can stay here. As also the students, you're also invited for this session here. Yes, let's be moving. So after 30 minutes, we expect everyone to be back into this room for another session. Yes, as people are moving. Yes, 1 minute to go. Yes, one more time. In this room, we'll be running Successful WordPress Student Club by Nora. And I say she's a teacher by profession, and an EduTech trainer and a passionate WordPress advocate. In the room next to us, we'll be having Ahmud Muhammad Ali, a Nigerian student at Equator University of Science and Technology, a CEO of Design Web Group, a creative focused company focused on graphic design. Yes, let's hurry up and settle in. We have the presentation starting in. Yes, we have seats at the front. You can also occupy them so that we can wind up. Yes, please let's settle in very fast.
We had to bring in the students because the next speaker's topic directly speaks to them. So that's why we've brought you back to this room. Please give her your maximum attention and ask questions at the end of the session.
Good afternoon. I'm Namgwene Betsenora. I'm a teacher by profession, and I'm also passionate about meeting young students and pupils. So I'm going to take us through how to run a successful WordPress student club. Students, do we have clubs in our school? Which clubs do we have? We can share. You can put up your hand and you tell us the clubs you have at your school.
We have an ICT club.
Thank you. Another club?
And the dating club. And the farmers club. Any other hand?
Another club?
Gallup club. Patriotism club. And then I saw a hand behind here.
Swahili club.
Dating club.
So which activities do we do in the ICT club? I've heard someone was saying we have an ICT club. So what do we do? Which activities?
We do teaching our fellows in ICT technology.
Thank you. Another person, which activities do we do? Because an ICT club is not just a club which is there, so it has activities. Yes? Someone is here.
Researching for information.
Thank you. So, slides have come. That is, my website is norabetse.org, and the other one is my Twitter account. So we are going to share why a students club matter. Okay?
Yeah.
So in every club we have in our school, we should make sure. We said we have the Heritage Club, the ICT Club. So did we vote? Do we have leaders in those clubs? Yes? So in the ICT Club, we are going to share. So we give, like in the ICT club, the learners have to feel the real world, the web skills. Now, like in the WordPress club, we make sure that you learn WordPress from the very start, from introduction. Then you also learn how to come up with WordPress projects. Then also you participate in the competitions, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So we are going to understand the WordPress Student Club. So what we do when we go back to our schools, we are going to put in that link, which is wordpress.org/education/students club, okay? So when we type that link, it is going to help us to learn. It has a document, it has a handbook, which is going to teach us on how to come up with a WordPress student club. But when we come up with that WordPress student club, what we start with is now like us who always come in this Wordcamp, we can register our club under a certain local meetup. Now like WordPress, now like this meetup of Masaka, okay? Then you register it under Masaka. Then you first start with a Campus Connect. Now after a Campus Connect, this was Lira Campus Connect. Now after Lira organized the Campus Connect, they went up on wordpress.org/education/students clubs. Then they registered as a students club, okay? So at the moment, I think this is the only students club we have in Uganda at the moment. Because after the Campus Connect, they went on to register their students club, okay? So you will talk to Mr. Moses, then he will guide you people more so that you can register. You can come up with a Campus Connect. After the Campus Connect, immediately you can register a students club. So now a Campus Connect is like you're launching the students club, okay? Okay? So these are the local meetups. We have the one of Masaka, we have the one of Jinja, we have Mukono, Gulu, Lira, Kaliro, Barara, like we have very many. So when you're registering a students club, you register it under these local meetups in Uganda. You can register it under a meetup which is near you, now like a Campus Connect. Now when we are during the Campus Connect, it's when they will guide us on the activities we are supposed to do. It's when they'll give us the handbook. Then during that day of the students club, so that's why I asked us in the ICT club, do we have leaders? Do we have goals? So even in the WordPress students club, you're supposed to have a team, okay? Now the team members, they are like your leaders. Now after those team members, you can also have your goals, okay? Now after having those goals, the vision, the mission, why you're starting it, okay? Then you can be onboarded, taken through the onboarding. Then they can start. Then WordPress can offer you people a domain, and you can start building your website. under the Students Club. So now on that day, when you're creating the Students Club, you first start by getting a patron. In most cases, patrons are like our ICT teachers, because ICT teachers support us a lot when we are coming up with our project. So you start by getting a patron who will continuously advise us. Then we can also get students who can also mobilize. Then we can get student leaders. Then we can come up with our social media handles, okay? Like Twitter, Facebook. We can come up with those social media handles. Then we can also select those people who are going to volunteer to support those activities. Then you can contact the meetup leads like Mr. Moses Kasa, Mr. Katerega. Like, you can contact them so that they can be in position to do what? To mentor you, like to teach you how to come up with a website, okay? Like starting by creating pages, installing, okay? So that we can learn, then with the guidance of the mentor, okay? So now that this picture is showing us in shareability, we usually train students and teachers. So now during this day, we were mentoring learners, and that time we had reached the time of electing, and they were nominating their leaders. And now here down, we were in Kakumiro for the Campus Connect. And now this teacher, today I was like, have you launched the WordPress Students Club? I was like, teacher, no, I didn't. I was like, okay, now today. So that this school in Kakumiro, today, they are going to register a WordPress Students Club, because for them, they are done with the orientation. They had a Campus Connect, okay? So in the ICT club, we have activities. Now, like in the WordPress club, in the WordPress Students Club, we have activities. The way other clubs have activities, even in the Student WordPress Club, it has activities. So the very first activity is for you to get introduced to WordPress. After being introduced to WordPress, you can also do the learnwordpress.org courses. After you're done with those courses, then you can also go through themes and blocks. Okay? When I say themes and blocks, do we know them? So the themes are installed so that you don't design from scratch. Okay? Now, like when you're designing using full site editing, and you don't want to struggle so much, like starting design from scratch. That means you get a theme, then you customize it to what you want, okay? Now, then you can also create content. Then after that, you can also come up with projects. WordPress projects. You can design a very beautiful website solving a certain problems. It might be a problem, might be Christian, or it might be Islam, okay? It depends on what are you, or it might be a water, like you're solving a problem concerning water, okay? Now, these are projects. Now, hackathons, now like if we came here today and we designed the websites, like we designed like 5 websites one day, and we are like three people on one website. Then by the end of that day, the website is done. That means we have done a hackathon. So if we do those hackathons also, then also in the WordPress Students Club, we also contribute. You are oriented on contributing, like translating. Have we ever contributed to WordPress? Huh? Okay. Now the assignment I'm giving us today is, when you go back home, what I know we have smartphones, or we have press.org account, you can contribute. You can be in position to do what? To contribute. Either to translate. Now, like most of us know Luganda very well, you can translate an English word, a WordPress English word to a Luganda word. Or you can translate in any other language you know, okay? If you know Chinese, you can translate in Chinese. That means you're helping those other people from China to be in position to, like those people who don't know, like reading English very well. That is translating. Then also contributing, like photos contribution. Like you can take a photo, a very good photo, provided it's not showing a person's face, then you contribute. That means you're contributing to WordPress. You're adding something on WordPress. And everything we do when you're contributing to WordPress, we get a badge. Okay? So whenever you contribute, or you've translated, or you've organized, or you've volunteered, now like people who are volunteering here, they have a volunteering badge. And when you have all those badges at the end of the day, WordPress recognizes you and WordPress thanks you at the end of the day. So you can also join events, you can also showcase, you can also participate in the Edify EdTech exhibition, you can participate in almost all those exhibitions, science fairs, provided you've done a very good project. Let me share the experiences I've had. I've launched the ICT club in secondary schools. So when we are launching the ICT club, we are supposed to come up with a membership fee. The reason as to why we come up with a membership fee of around 10,000, so that in case you have an event you're supposed to attend, and like there is money in the treasury, so you're supposed to select the president, the secretary, the vice president, and the treasurer, like those main people. So that money which is contributed, it is kept safely. So that in case you have like people who have come today, you don't struggle asking for transport from the school administration. You just go and withdraw from your treasury. You ask the treasurer, okay, we need some money, we are going for the WordPress Students Club. So if we put up that cafe, it can be able to support our students club. So I was taking them through programming with Scratch. So they were doing that activity of programming with Scratch. So after taking them through that, we took them through programming with Scratch. They designed the WordPress sites. Then after that, they participated in the exhibition, like in the competition. So even in the clubs, I think we have faced challenges in the club. Have we ever faced challenges in our clubs? Yes? Have we ever faced challenges in our club? Okay, you share with me the challenges you've ever faced, because we know them better. You can put up your hand so that they can give you the mic. So we don't have challenges in our club. He's there.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm also a teacher, and when we started an ICT club in the school, we realized the biggest challenge is that, especially with the primary schools, because I teach both in primary and secondary, but in the primary side, they rarely remember that ICT is a subject. Besides that, they rarely remember that an ICT club is all that essential. They give chance to all other clubs, but not ICT to exercise fully. And we fought much to help to make them understand that ICT is the way to go. It has come to stay, and the world is now technology. No ICT, no future. But it is not easy to help people who don't understand it. When the head teacher doesn't understand, the administrators none understand. It's not easy to make it go through. However, by insisting, you keep trying, you don't give up, we end up going through, and we get on the school's next year's calendar. So that is, but mainly time. Scheduling time for ICT special period as a club is not easy.
Thank you so much. So,
and that means resources as well.
we have also, me being a trainer under shareability, we have mentored 150 schools, 150 mentorship schools like for the learners. But the challenges we have faced, they are like even turn up, like for the learners to come and attend. So now, for the turn up, I think we have suggested here a solution that we can provide some snacks for them so that the turn up can increase. And also, the challenges we usually get in our computer labs, at times the computers are too old, they are too slow, we don't have internet. Do we have internet in our schools? No. Do we have internet connectivity? Yes? Okay, internet, it's also a challenge for some other schools. It is very hard for us to connect to internet. So now, if it is very hard for us to connect to internet, then that means WordPress works both online and offline. Have you ever heard that? Yes? So WordPress works offline, and you can design your beautiful site when you're offline. Then you can also design it when you're online, okay? When you're hosted. Now offline, you can use XAMPP or WAP. Then you run it on localhost when you. So if you don't have internet, you can still design a website. So we can also, provided you also select leaders who can really support the club. Do we, in our schools, do we have the ICT policy? Do we have the ICT policy? Do we have the ICT policy? So for everything to work well, you're supposed to have policies, okay? Now here, I'm going to request us, if we have somewhere to write, we can write this link. We are going to get that policy, that like the ICT club constitution, like the constitution which governs the ICT club. You can have your mission, your vision, your mission for your school. It might not be similar for all the schools, but it might be kind of different from each school to the other school, because you might have a different mission and a different vision. So we are going to go to edify.org.ug. So we are going to be in position to download that constitution. And after getting that constitution from that website, you can customize it, okay? You can customize and change most of the things, because you might have, but it's just a sample for us to do what? To use. So you can type that, edify.org.ug, to be in position to have a sample ICT policy. So in the ICT policy, you're also supposed to write down the names of the members in the club. You're also supposed to pay membership fee, timely ICT day, like you can say. That ICT day, you can exhibit from the ICT club, from the student WordPress club. You can exhibit, like, the activities you've been doing, like designing a website, like you can come up, or a hackathon. You can say, I need organizations, like 5 organizations. Then the members of the ICT club, they can come up with a hackathon that same day, and they design a website. Now, a meeting day, now you can say every Tuesday or every Thursday we meet. You can also vote the president, the vice president, the treasurer, the secretary. Then also the benefits for us, the benefits for the students WordPress club. You can also be in position to participate in the website project competition. And people who participated in the project exhibition, they got gifts, they got a laptop, they got internet router. Then you can also participate in the Uganda National Science Olympiad. You can also participate in the UCC ICT club competition. So basically, and you can also get recognized. Even your WordPress.org account can get, you can get those different badges. So what I'm requesting us to do is to start a club in your school. I want us to start a WordPress. We have the ICT club, but I want us to start a WordPress student club. Okay? Now a WordPress student club, I said you're supposed to register it. You start by reading the handbook on WordPress.org. Then after reading that handbook, you can register under a meetup, now like this one of Masaka. Then after doing that, you can organize a campus connect. Then we can come and support you people. We can come on your school. We can come at your school and train you people one day. Then after that day, we can officially say the WordPress Student Club is launched and it is now running. Then we can always be inviting you for those activities, those competitions. We can always be in position to support you people either on Zoom or physically. Madame Noel has the 100, she has a project they are running. So in case you feel like you need a person to come at your school, Madame Noel is there. Okay, she's there. She's always there to support. Okay? And we are also willing willing to always be moving to support students so that we can be in position to learn WordPress. Do we have any question?
Thank you so much, Nora, for your presentation. You talked about registration of the club, WordPress club. May I know how, do we register it as CPO? Do we have the bylaws that are already made like by the government or by the WordPress, or how do we register it as a school?
Now, WordPress, you register it on WordPress. It's an activity. It's called the WordPress Students Club. It's under activities of WordPress. You don't register it in government. You just register it on wordpress.org. /education/student club. So
when we get during that registration, do we need to include the names of the students in that club?
now, when you're registering it, the moment you go and start registering it, in case you find a question you don't understand, that's why I've said when you're registering your WordPress student club, you attach it to a meter, now like Masaka. Then also in case of any guidance, you ask Mr. Moses Sewufu in case you're stuck somewhere. That's why you attach it to a local meter. Now, like for us, we are in Masaka, so we attach it to Masaka. Then, in case you find something you don't understand when you're answering, you can call Mr. Moses Sewufu and ask him, I'm not understanding this question. But I think for the first start, I think you just indicate in the school name, then I think the school name, then the meetup, the local meetup, plus other details. But I think the details of the learners during registration, I think not taken. Maybe during the Campus Connect, if you have asked for a Campus Connect, I think that is when you register the names of the learners, then you submit during that Campus Connect event.
I still have many questions. So now, after registration, is it possible that you come down to our schools and do some find out what we are doing before we participate in the competitions? Or you just invite us?
Now, after you registering your school, after registering, there is during that time for registration, there is a handbook, and the handbook we have tried to go through the handbook using my slides. So that handbook is going to guide you what is done in the students club. Then after you've registered for that students club, or you can start with requesting for a Campus Connect. Now when you request for a Campus Connect, the people who are like the community leads can organize a team of people in this, now like in Masaka, he can organize his other team of people who know WordPress. Then they can, other volunteers plus him, the organizer, they can come to your school. Then when they come to your school, it's to train you on WordPress. Like they will introduce us on WordPress. Then after introducing us on WordPress, we can come up with simpler projects that day. Then we can continuously participate in the meetups. Like other meetups are always online. So when you hear a meetup is online, Masaka has organized the meetup online, you log on. If Kampala has organized the meetup online, you log on. So the only thing I request of you today is to get the WhatsApp number of the Wordcamp Uganda meetup, like the WhatsApp group, so that they can add you for updates. In case of anything, can also be updated. But for more, meet Madame Noeline. They have something running so that they can come at your school and train you, so that we can also guide you on how to start a WordPress student club. So in the process of registration, you will also go through that handbook. So every activity of WordPress, it has a document. So you will first read through that document for you to continue.
Okay.
Thank you. Student, you have a question? Do you want us to come and launch the WordPress Students Club at your school? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Laura. Let's please clap for her. So we have another group of people that have been in a session in the other room. I can see some are coming out, so that means that they are also done. Wow. What a perfect timing. Okay, so as we settle in, when the representative from Shareability Limited Uganda was presenting, he talked of a gift, that he had a gift to give out. So I would love to take this opportunity to invite him to come and give out that gift. I don't know the criteria he's going to use, but I'm sure he will manage. So Mr. Mukalele, please come forward.
Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, so I want to, first of all, the gifts that we are giving as Shareability, as we said, we are having we really want to empower schools and everyone so that they can learn the things they are talking about here. So one of the things we've done, we've come up with a new project, and this project, we are offering what we call free web hosting, and we want you people to learn what it means to host a website. So we give you a cPanel account. We have a new site called site.ug. This is a project by Shareability. And we have planned, we have what's called the Jaribu web hosting. It is free, and we are continuously improving it, and we have over 400 GB on that server. But we are giving out, scroll down, please. So we are giving out 500 MBs. 500 MBs, if you compute, 400 GB divided by a half a GB. How many schools can we give? If I'm giving half a GB and I have 400 GBs, that means I will give to 800 Are we there? Yeah. We have a special VPS we set up with 400 GBs, and this one is dedicated to give you free space so that you can learn with your club. If you're a teacher, you have been doing your website in HTML, CSS. In the previous website competition, which has just ended, we supported schools that needed. So from here, you can start with Jaribu and then you learn. So when you are ready and you now have got, then you can order for the other one, called the Chakula. That one will give you more space, and maybe you want now, you've learned and you want now to host a website for your NGO or your school. You give us some little money and then we move you to another server with the even better performance. But this one, site.ug, is yours. It's a dedicated server to schools to make sure that, one, you learn what is a server, how to log into cPanel, how to install WordPress on the cloud, how to upload, migrate your website from localhost to online, so that you are happy. And with this one, you don't need a domain. We give you a free domain. Like, what is your school? St. Lawrence. So you can have stlawrence.site.ug. Free. So you will get a free. So you go to site.ug, that is a project by Shability. It is a training platform. Go and sign up. Free hosting, free domain, upload your projects, and so that is the gift we are giving all of you. So in case you need any support, our desk is there. You can leave even today with your domain. You can go and install WordPress and continue learning, so that whenever these guys come here and they are talking about SSL, SEO, you also have an idea, because you have an online site which you can relate to. Thank you very much.
Wow, that's so impressive. Let me hope you make use of this opportunity. Don't take it for granted. Being given free hosting, guys, that's really cool. Thank you very much for your ability, Uganda. Andrew had some small communication to make. Just come and make it, and then we move on.
Okay. Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
So while I was getting on the panel, where I was seated, I had a jetpack bag. And inside this jetpack bag, there were some things that I had left there. So I'm just requesting, if at all anyone picked it from me, you can just hand over. The jetpack bag is this side.
Okay, speaking of that jetpack bag, we have another sponsor in the house, and that's Jetpack. We are honored that they are part of us. They are part of us today, and I would like to take this opportunity to have him say hello to us.
Hello, everyone. Hello. I thought they shared food today now. Haven't you eaten? All right. I may not have heard about Jetpack.
All of us.
Wow. Just 2 persons? Okay, this is the first time we are hearing about Jetpack. Can I see your hands up? Okay, you've heard about Jetpack. Let me see your hands up. Okay. Jetpack does 3 things. I don't want to take your time, so I'm just going to be really fast. I know a lot of you are hungry already, as I can see from your faces. Jetpack does 3 major things. It protects your website, it makes websites pretty fast, and it helps your website to grow. I want to ask you a quick question. I mean, and I have a gift for whoever that is able to answer this.
Can you guess the number of brute force attacks that Jetpack stops or blocks on a daily basis? Who can guess? Okay, first, how many of you have heard of, you know what brute force attacks is? Let me see your hands up. You don't know about brute force attacks? Okay. How many of you have heard about hackers? You know what it means to hack a website? Let me see your hands up. What's happening? You've heard about hackers. Let me see your hands up. You know what it means to hack into a website. Okay. I have a few hands. Now, brute force attacks is one of the mechanisms that hackers uses to gain unauthorized access into a website. Right? One of the things that Jetpack does is block brute force attacks. Okay? What is brute force attacks? Basically, it means they will use multiple passwords. You know, they will try thousands, sometimes millions of passwords on your website just to gain unauthorized access. Okay, so one of the things that Jetpack does is block it. So once hackers are trying to gain access to your website by trying to guess the password of your website, Jetpack automatically blocks it. That's one of the things it does. So going back to my question, and I have a gift for whoever that is able to answer that question. You don't have to know the exact number. The closest person to the answer gets something from me. What should I give? Gift or money? Gift or money? Okay. And no cheating, okay? No cheating. Okay, I'm going to give 20,000 UGX to whoever that gets it. The closest answer. You don't have to get the exact number. Let me change my question a bit. How many brute force attacks does Jetpack blocks on average during the entire lifetime of a website? On average, how many? Okay, we have somebody, 2 people at the back.
Raise that. Okay.
5,000.
Huh?
5,000.
5,000. Okay.
40,000.
40,000. Anybody else?
Majority that they come in contact with.
I didn't hear that. Can you come again?
Majority of the attacks.
Okay.
50,000.
15,000. Okay, who said 5,000? Okay, so that's that's the person who got it right. So see me after now, and I'll get you your 20,000 UGX. So beyond just protecting your website, Jetpack does other things. It helps your website grow. For example, you are a blogger. You create blog posts, and you want people to know more about what you do. Jetpack can help. Okay, when you install Jetpack, you have access to what you call Jetpack Social. So when you create a blog post, just a single post on your website, it automatically goes to all social media accounts that you have. Another very favorite feature of Jetpack is downtime monitoring. Whenever your website goes off, is not online, you get a message. You can configure it to send a text message, you can configure it to send an email notification, and you know immediately that your website is down. You know, there are websites that when it is down for 1 second, you lose millions of dollars. Just a site that is down for 1 second. So Jetpack can help notify you immediately something is going on with your website. That is just a few of some of the features that Jetpack has. There are a ton of features. Jetpack provides over at least 20 different features on your website where you integrate it. Now, the beautiful thing about Jetpack now is that Jetpack comes with individual plugins, meaning you can choose the specific Jetpack feature that you want and you activate it, and that's the only thing you get. So unlike previously when you install Jetpack, you get everything, even if you don't want it. But now, you go to the Jetpack plugin store, you search for Jetpack, you would see a bunch of different plugins. You have Jetpack Social, you have Jetpack Boost, you have Jetpack Newspaper, and so on and so forth. Newsletter, and so on and so forth. All right, so you can install just the specific plugin you want, and you are good to go. So that's pretty much it on my end. If you have any question, anything at all, I'll be at our booth set up at the back. Just come ask me anything, any question you have about Jetpack. Before I go, I want to use this opportunity to appreciate the organizers of the program and all the volunteers. Please, I want you all to clap for all the volunteers and all the organizers of the program. Can you quickly do that? Thank you for the great work that you are doing in Uganda. We hear a lot of good, beautiful, wonderful things that you are doing. I've been to 3 different countries to represent Jetpack, and I must say that Uganda, the energy I've seen, the commitment I've seen from the organizers is nothing compared to anywhere else I have ever been to. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Can I just turn around? If you want to tag us on Twitter, specifically on just search for Jetpack on Twitter, at Jetpack on Twitter, or WordPress on Twitter, WordPress.com on Twitter. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Jetpack. We have other sponsors in the house. Able State. Do we have David here?
Yes, David is coming in. Okay, the students, I know we came in, people had left a few of the Jetpack bags, but one bag is missing. There was also a bag there. 2 bags that were for presents, they were there. There's a bag missing which had a charger, 3 chargers. Yeah? So please, let's not take anything. We came in, the seats were empty, but there was stuff there. Please, let's not take. If you need more bags, bags are still there with the sponsor. You can go and pick. So there's a, Andrew's bag is missing. It had 3 chargers. Yeah, it was around here. So please, let's not pick anything. Yeah? Yes, we're having our sponsor.
So we can see Able State making his way to the stage. Please clap for him as he comes to say hello to us. Just hello.
Hello. Sir, help me open Able State South Africa website. So are we very tired? Some people say, those who say yes, by show of hands. Guys, I don't have sweets. You are all behaving like I have sweets. No, I don't have. So anyway, my name is David. I come from Kampala. And I'm a founder of a company called Able State. Able State is registered in Uganda and Kigali, Rwanda. And what we offer is digital skills training. Like we help people like you learn how to use computers properly, learn coding, learn how to use AI, things like that. And we also help people get work. Help people who have tech skills get work. So the work can, there are some people who are working from Uganda, but working maybe in America, maybe in Nigeria, maybe in Kenya, all right? But now, why am I saying that? You need to make sure that you really qualify. Because you don't just smile at them and they give you a job. You don't smile at me and I go tell them, this person smiles so nice, so give them a job. They don't do that. You go through a series of interviews. So if you want to get such jobs, you really need to make sure that you have the skills and you build your portfolio. So a portfolio is something that shows that this is what I did, and it brought this. So this is the website of our company. The gentleman that has been here, called Abdi, okay, is one of the guys who went through this company to learn and perfect his digital skills, all right? And even to get his first work, and even the line of work he is in right now, is working for one of the big departments in the country, and it's because he was at Able State. The gentleman you saw who was doing photography has passed through Able State, and some other people here. That's why here many people don't call me by name, they call me by the title of coach. All right? Because when I started that company, I taught whatever I knew, and then they also became teachers. All right? So we are sponsors because we love people like you. We love you so much. So we make sure that if there's a tech event in Uganda and we get to know about it and we can afford, we sponsor. All right? So that you guys can access all the speakers you've seen. We've even had a speaker from Kenya. Did you see him? Does anyone remember his name? The students, if you remember the name. I say, well, you are not a student. The students, if you remember, one of you who answers the name correctly gets 1,000 shillings. At least not dollars. Huh? Yeah, so that you remain students, because if I give a student $1,000, they may go home and tell mom, Yeah, I have the 1,000. Okay, 2,000 to two students who are going to say it right. Yes, but you are not a student. You are still at home. Okay, in which class are you? Primary what? 3. Wow. What's the name of that Kenyan speaker? If you lie, man, you pay me.
Patrick
Is it right?
Yes.
Who has said no? If you say no, please give the guy the money. Yeah, get your 1,000, sir. Yeah, so I think that's what I wanted to share. All right, guys, thank you for being here. Abdi and the crew, here's your whatever back. Your microphone. Here. Yes, so which session are we going in? So I think we've So our media crew is going to interview a few people, and if the guy comes and picks you, please don't think he's going to pray for you and chase away the demons. You can remain with your things, but yeah. So he's going to point at you and you go with him. So, all right. I've been told that there's someone who is looking for somebody called Segirinya. Is that right? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so if you are here, is that person a student, an adult?
Doing translation.
Is doing translation. Yeah, someone who's doing, is there? Are you the one? All right. Okay. Yeah, so guys, we've cut short the event because of time. The school needs to close, and we had 2 sessions that we've not done. I think that you said the panel, and which one? Okay. All right. So 2 sessions. Now we've cut them short. The session we are going to go in is giving certificates and gifts. So we need most. Okay, we need somebody called Moses Kasa to lead this session. Please get him. We also need the volunteers, the people who have been volunteers, organizers, speakers, and which other category? I forgot it. Volunteers, speakers, organizers, to get closer, and yeah, and that.
Okay, so as they're coming in, there's a question.
Is there a question?
Yeah.
For who?
Because Shability was giving out a gift. So each sponsor, you had to give out a gift.
As a sponsor?
Yes. So let's first start with you. You ask a question from your presentation, someone answers it, and then a gift.
You've killed me there. But I asked that question and I gave money. But now, there's a gift that you guys give me to give out. But for you, give me $1,000 to give out. All right, so I've been told that as a sponsor, I'm supposed to give out a tangible gift apart from the money. Of course, money is tangible, but you know when you give somebody money, by the time they get out there, they don't know where it is. So the question, let me think of a simple question. A simple question. Yeah. Apart from Able State connecting people to work, yeah. What else does Able State do? Asanya, no. No way. Yes,
they
madam.
help them to acquire skills.
That is not correct. Okay, it is correct, but half.
They help them acquire skills, and after helping them to acquire skills, they also connect them to get jobs through going under interviews and under seriousness, not just a joke.
Yeah, it's not about. I know. Yes.
There's one at the back.
Yeah, one at the back, but not Sanya. Who is that one? Who is that one, Abdi? You don't know? Okay.
They train.
Your name, please?
My name is Abigail.
Abigail?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, so they train people who are in the tech space, who want to become employed in the tech space.
Yeah. I see who needs a gift. Anyone else? Again, you? No, there's somebody here. You want to take a gift?
It sponsors events like this.
You have nailed it. He has nailed it. So now, who do we give the gift? I'm the judge. That's unfair. Because have you ever seen the Yama come up reading the ballot papers? So, as the judge, I would think it's been unique. Yeah? I would give it to him. Yes. Cesar. Wow. Yeah, thank you very much for answering the question exceptionally. Yeah.
Okay, so.
Okay.
Shareability also had to give out something.
Yes, they should come over.
Yeah. Just quickly, who can remember the resource that we talked about, that you can go and get a free account and you learn how to host your website free of charge? What is the name of that resource and how do I go to it? What's the address? It's called site.ug.
This guy is attentive. This guy is very attentive. But Abdi, for me I want to pose a question. What if that guy works with the shareability? This team has gifts. They have told me that now they have a gift. But this gift, how are you going to find out the best person? So let me ask one man who ate food very well, better than anyone else. Do you think we shall get a fairer winner if we ask that question? Cut the way we are going to do it, because I saw you looking at each other when people were eating. So for you, you are going to spot out the best eater today. If you point that person out, that person gets a gift and you get a gift. Yes, sir. The guy in the red shirt and the cap. So these guys over here, they are pointing at each other. The other one saying, "You are the best." It's you. You don't point at yourself. That's cheating. Yes, there's this gentleman in a cap and a pink or red t-shirt. He pointed at, yeah.
Ahmed is the one.
So let the person who get well stand up, the one who has been voted. We are dead. I think so. If you have an event and you want someone to eat food properly, you've seen the guy. Yeah. So that one we can't find the fairer, but the fairer one, the fairer I must sit down with due respect. Thank you very much. So we're gonna have a gift for the best tweet.
Okay, but
yeah.
But those guys they would be having.
Before giving out the gift for the best, the person that has treated most, I'm going to give out my personal gift. But I'm going to give it to the person who asked the most questions during the event. There is someone who has been asking questions. Yes. Guys, I've been here the whole time. And I've seen. Who do you think asked the most questions during this event? That guy? Yes, she's here. She asked the most questions. So I'm giving out my personal one to her.
I've never seen a very unfair person. The trick she did, she kept me sending me out, you know. So every time I raise the hand, she said, David, there's someone who needs you. So, this life no balance. But now, so anyway, so we are going to give out the gift for the best tweet. But then the students, you are excluding them. Those guys don't have Twitter accounts. Okay, so we are going to give out certificates, but please, we need the following people to hand out certificates. Let me find out who are those. Yeah, so volunteers, that everybody who has volunteered is going to get a certificate. Everyone who has been an organizer is going to get a certificate. Some students are going to get a certificate, and then speakers are going to get a certificate. So for that reason, let's start with the volunteers. And the volunteers how are we going to know? Okay, yeah. So Mr. Abdi Mutamba is going to give out the certificates for volunteers. So volunteers, please help me. Let me read out as the volunteers only. And the photographer should be closer for the photos. So volunteer number 1. So what do volunteers do? You see, everyone who has come here, all right? Everyone who has done anything is a volunteer, but they are not paid. That's why. So these guys, I don't know where they get money, okay? To be able to spend their full day here. Yeah, so these are people who are passionate about others learning. So let's start with Mr. Muhammad Ali Ahmed. The first volunteer to receive the certificate. Please come very fast, quick. Wow. So guys, I was lying about the food thing. Yeah, it's the best volunteer. Yeah, you come get your certificate from Mr. Abdi. Where are you going to get the picture? Where do you want them? You want them here? Yeah, so for me I will be here. Yes, sir. Yeah. Thank you very much, Mr. Muhammad. Thank you. So, Mr. I don't know if this is Al or AI, but I'll start with Mustafa Muhammad Sani. Michael Awopetu comes. Michael Awopetu. Is this? Please forgive me if I pronounced it wrongly. Yeah. That person, I guess they are not here. Mr. Ali Adnan. and Ali Adnan. Okay, come, sir. So please get a picture for him because I have to make sure I know who to. You might, you know whitewash. Do you know whitewash? If I don't get the picture, you might put whitewash and write your name. So yeah, get the picture for him. Then Madame Natulinda Bridget. I'm not seeing the lady. Bridget Natulinda, not here. Yeah, Nantale Anita Nandaula. Please, could someone go to 4th floor and get us some people who are. Then Victor Nzabonimana. Thank you, sir. Havana. Now for me who didn't want to go to school, these things of jumping nursery. Now this name, is it Sufi? Okay, Sufi Ismail. Isma, not Ismail. Is that person here? Mr. Mugabe Moses Paul. Not here. Mr. Lukwago Arias. Not here. All right, so that's it with the volunteers. So volunteers, thank you very much for putting in your dedication, commitment, and everything. So we are going to, we are going to the students. All right, the students. And the person who's going to give out is Ismail. I was told that this person is part of the administration of this school. Is that person here? Is that Sufi? Isma? Yeah, please come and give out this. Mr. Abdi. Thank you very much. Yeah. So Mr. Isma, not here. Who is next of kin? That if this guy dies, make sure if this guy, Dean of Students is here. All right, let's have the Dean of Students. So, thank you very much. So, sir, since it's a little about yourself, and then we start. Yeah, come over.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening, sir.
My name is Ivan Mwezi. I'm the Dean of Students at this Equator University of Science and Technology, and thank you for coming.
Wow. You know what? When I do a wedding, you'll be the guest of honor because you don't waste time. So we need Madame. You students, are you madams? Okay, Miss Nakindu Angel. Nakindu Angel. Around? Please, you are younger, be fast now. Yes, sir. Then we have Nakalira Victoria. But first, we have to, Navlime Reste. You be fast. That is it. Victoria. Are you Victoria? Yes. Then we Navlime Reste. And Nachimera Maria Julian. It's like Nachimera Maria Julian, not around? First. All right, then we have Nagawa Joan. So the reason you are getting these certificates, do you know this school is a university? Do you guys want to go to the university? Okay. Then this is Nagawajo. And Senyonjo Stephen. Pastor. Seteme Sebastian Allen. This is Senyonjo Stephen. Are you Senyonjo? Yeah. Yaka. Atwine Rita. Namleme Sharon. Where's Namleme Sharon? Are you the one? Okay. Is that one Rita? Okay. Sorry. That one might not be okay. First go back. That one is not okay. Sorry. All right. Thank you. And Nasamba Teddy. Ruvobi Brian. Nakawes Catherine. This be fast. Nakawes Catherine. Nadjero Francisca, is that how they? Nadjero Francisca. Kamjuni Helena. Or Kamjun. Yeah? Namujuzi Immaculate. Namujuzi Immaculate. Tusingwire Israel. Tusingwire Israel. I think I saw this one in the morning. Semudu Bernard. Kavuma Jovan. Matov Michael. Kavito Gerard. Nasuna Josephine. Was that one okay? Nandaula Mile. Nandaula. Namuju Deborah. Nachimbugwe Agnes. Nakawiye Shamira. Namanda Shakira. Nabanja Agnes. And Namayanja Joweria. Joweria Namayanja. I think Namayanja. Wow, thank you so much, sir. Thank you very much. So guys, you've seen how smooth, fast, and eloquent he was. So that symbolizes how wonderful this university is. That you all need, if you have not yet gone to university, I think this is the university you should look out for. Equator University. Equator University of what? Science and Technology. All right? Okay, so now we are going to the speakers, and the person who's going to give out for speakers is Mrs. Kasirie Arthur. Hey, what did I say? Mrs. Kasirie Serena. Oh my goodness. So please get her for me. She was going, you know, the moment I mentioned that, she was moving back. She was like, that's not me. So let's clap for her. You please do us the honors to hand out certificates to speakers. So speakers, be very close here. Do it better than the students have done it because they are learning from you. So, yeah, so Madam Serena, please take the stage. I'm helping you. You are handing out. Yeah, I mean, you know, time. So, okay. We are going to read the names. Please go. Okay. What's the time?
It's late.
Damn it. So, Mr. Dumba Stephen, run! Clap for him so that he can run. I think in Uganda, that is no, I'm giving you. Please come on stage, they give you a certificate. You are welcome. Mr. Patrick Lumumba. Is he there? Maybe. Okay. Madame Mukalele Nora.
Bestie.
Madame Mukalele Nora. Her certificate. Please be faster. Speaker certificate. Mr. Mtebi Ivan. Mr. Mtebi Ivan Jr. Is she not around? Okay, let's. Please, come on, you take the picture. Because you know what? I've seen people put whitewash and they write their name. Yeah? So, please, this is not Madame Mukarere Nora. This is Mr. Mukarere Rogers. So, Mr. Mtebi Ivan, please, Mr. Dumba, help me signal to those gentlemen to first come for this. They take. Mr. Muhammad Katerega. Madame Joan Logose. Anyone, maybe you take it on her behalf. Yeah? Yeah. Who else? I think this one is not here as well. Madam Joan Namunina. Okay. Yeah. Mr. Godwin Ofono. The speakers have Mr. Andrew Sanya. Yeah. Mr. Andrew Keddy. He was here. I was seeing him. He moved out. All right. So I think this one is also not there. Thank you very much. That's all. Thank you. Yeah, so I see somebody coming. Do us the honor. Okay, please come and get it. So this one is not there. Yeah, so this one. So now, we are going to, okay. Now we are going to, I think this is the last category, right? So this is the last category that we are going to give certificates. And it's going to be given out by some gentleman who is down, but I don't know if Mr. Moses Sebufu is down there, and he calls us Mr. Chiviri. I don't know his other name. Please, Mr. Mtebi, let me disturb you. Please help me get Mr. Chiviri. From down, he has to do this activity. So, as people prepare, the person who is first on the list, that one has come, Mr. Sufi Isma, who was giving out for them, for volunteers, who was handing out. Let him get the certificate. It's not, yeah. Yeah. Where's the photographer? Please, these two people. Come on stage. Come on stage. So, these are the people who say, for them, if they find heaven closed, they would rather sit on the veranda. Thank you, sir. Yeah. So, as that person comes, so Madame Nolan Nandago, she's the first one to get the volunteer certificate, the organizer certificate. Is she here? Please, have I pronounced your name right? Wow, I'm lucky. But then the person handing over the certificate, where is the person? Is there? Please, Mr. Chivili, run. Just run. Please. Yes. Please, could you come over this side? So now that you've come late, should she be the one to give you, or you give money? You come, sir, here at the top. You are the one giving out the certificates. Yeah? For what? Please tell them, stand still, look at me. It looks like that. Look at this. Now, please stay there. Please. Please give us your certificate. Because I see the second name is Mr. Kanike Simon Peter Kivin. So, why should you go? The guy shouldn't give himself a certificate. All right. Thank you very much. This one is not here. Asasira, Queenie Pinkley, she's not here. I know for sure. All right, thank you. Then Hope Nabaterega. She's down, huh? All right. Madam Hanifa Nabayinda. She's down. Please, these people that I'm mentioning and are not here, can somebody help us get them? We have no choice. They have to come. Hey, okay. This one first put there. Jalil Semu. Let me not pronounce the name, but Semugumia. Yes. Mr. Abdul Jalil Semugumia, come for your certificate. Isn't it the one there? It's not the one, eh? Up there. Okay, you put here. Then Mr. Arthur Cassidy is not here. Mr. Dumba Stephen. Mr. Dumba Stephen was here. Many people are not going to go to heaven, just like that. Put it here. Mr. Sebu Moses. Yeah. Madam Priska. How do they pronounce this? Oh, Bamuireko. Madam Priska Bamuireko. Wow. And Mr. Wampamba David. Yes. There is Madam Hanifa. Please come for us. We organize a certificate. She's there. Mr. Mutebi Ivan, come for your volunteer certificate. Speaker certificate, right? Who was giving her? She went. Not him. You came late, you missed heaven, but let him give you. Madam Hanifa. There's Anita certificate, and I'm seeing her out there. Anita, get closer. Please, let's clap for that lady. We should even stand up. Please, let's stand up for her. Please, please, please. Yes, that's called a standing ovation, and I'm going to tell you why. But adults, young people, when please decide. Yeah. So, the reason why we've given her a standing ovation is that among organizers, there is a lead organizer. And Madam Hanifa, why do people think that So, she's the lead organizer. She's the one who made sure that this happens. She led all of us. Right? Without her, it would have happened. So ladies, copy from her. Right? Thank you, ma'am. Okay. And then, yeah, that's it. So, and then, Nantale and Anita Nandaula. Ndaula. Oh, Ndaula. Yeah, sorry. So come so quick. It's like I'm seeing her. Did she hear us off? Or she's not the one I saw? And as Mtevigoten is, please, Andrew Sanya, come for yours. Look for Andrew Sanya. So then, yes. Now, yeah, as Madame Joan Logosi surfaced, no. Yeah, please pass back. Please snap in with that certificate. We know people, but give me yours. Yes. The guy will be like, I got the one for organizer, for speaker, for volunteer, for student. No, yeah. So, Abdi, who? Bridget has come. Yeah, please bring her. She tells us why she wants to miss heaven. And Natulinda Bridget. Oh my God. Oh, is that? But she's here. Bring her. Yes, this is the one who wants to miss heaven. Please look at the people properly. Yeah, that is, the certificate is, she has been a volunteer, so we are appreciating her with the certificate. And who else is there? Some of Moses, he can take for him, this guy. Stephen Dumba's Mutebi. Stephen Dumba. And you can give him this one. Yeah, even I was part, but yeah, so Mr. Abdi, let's go to that part, this part. So the following people whom I don't know that are there, they are getting themselves some gifts. And these gifts came from Ebo State, as you see. And the only person who is here, because I've read the names and I remember those who are not here. Yes? So the only person who is here is you. Mr. Chiviri. So this is our humble gift from us at Ebo State. Thank you for, you are welcome. We appreciate your effort. We appreciate your dedication and commitment. We know that you went in the community. I don't know whether by plane or food or bicycle, but you did. And you are also here. But what I request you is to take good care of yourself. We want you so that we can have more like this, even better. So thank you. You are welcome. This one is for Mr. Patrick Lumumba. Anyone can deliver it to him. I don't know if it's you. I'll do you are the one because I can manage you. So you should be the one who should deliver. Okay, let's do this. Let's the photographer take a picture of you because yes, for evidence. Yeah, this one is for. You know, I also for. Oh, for Mr. Arthur. This one is for Mr. Arthur Casilier. Put there. We are going to give it to Mrs. Casilier. And this one is for Madame Logose, Joan. So those are the gifts we brought for these special people. And I think that's it for me. The rest I hand over to you.
Yes, thank you so much. The gifts, that was the session. In winding up, I have 3 people who will be looking for me. I know. The people who answered the 3 questions. You please come for your gifts. Because when the event is done, I'll just disappear. Yeah, 1. Then there is a gentleman. He can free. Okay. Yes, so that marks the end of the event. Thank you so much for coming through. Until we meet again from the whole Wordcamp Masaka. Thank you so much for coming. We'll be having more sessions in Masaka. That is Wordcamp Meetup. No. WordPress Meetup Masaka. And sure, we'll invite a lot of people to come through. Whenever it's held, please come through and learn. Those are the skills which we shared in the community, and the same skills are showcased here. Because some of the speakers, I was happy to see there's a student from this university that presented about AI and how it's being integrated, how you can use it to generate your tasks for your blogs when you're using WordPress. For me, it was a big push, so that also students can integrate the tool into their workflow. So thank you so much. I now hand over. There are safe journeys for those who are going far. Thank you to the school administration for giving us a place for all the years and for welcoming us, giving us the rooms. Yeah, I had the tour of the school, but no one was just like, if you go back, you will steal something. But thank you so much for hosting us. You're welcome.